balancing that has gone on in arriving at the decisions we've reached at. But I think that when someone is a victim of a crime, we are really focusing on that person and protecting that individual. So we're comfortable with our policy, and I've been DA for 4 years, and my predecessor was DA for 34. It's worked so far for us.
All right. Tell me about in the consulate, when you're talking to the people, when they're coming to you there, what is it that they want to hear from you? What can you provide that what the DA wasn't providing?
Well, they are looking basically for some kind of legal orientation, and we have restricted means and restricted knowledge of the legal
for good reason
system in America. So that's why we always like to have someone like the Office of the District Attorney to take care of their concerns.
And David, I think that the important part of this is that people got to understand that they got to put the complaint. Mostly our viewers come from other countries where they don't believe, they don't have trust in the government or in the agencies. But here, it's our obligation to tell them that they should complain, because
and they're bringing the same mistrust here. Welcome, change it from New York to New Guatemala City.
If they don't come forward and say what's going on.
Does this program encourage other kinds of dialogue with the crime victims?
The program is designed to not only work with the consulates, but we are going out to community groups and other individuals. We are trying to push this film out to as many people as we can. It's a very useful medium. We are trying, David, to get as much outreach as we can. And we're opening
because you're making money off of it somehow, or
deal with crimes in a very Latino neighborhood, and I think that it just has to be slow and steady progress, as the Consul General indicated.
So the problem is that too many people speak English, and what we need is a government that is fluent in Spanish.
Our interpreters deal with 20 different languages in our office when they receive crimes. So it takes
focus, Hispanic focus.
And part of, I guess, one of the other things is not just reporting crimes. You have this witness aid element of it as well.
And then the system can be bankrupt even more than it is.
Victim service group we call Witness Aid Services Unit, as well as our Community Affairs Unit. And so we have...
What a crock of
shit. On our budget. We pay these individuals, and they provide very important services to victims. In the domestic violence area, it may be emergency housing. It may be helping them through an order of protection. It may be child care for their kids.
Shit.
You have to help.
The money
desperately need help
to take care of 60 million undocumented people, they just said.
Well, thank all three of you for making time and joining us.
Isn't that nice of everybody? Like, since when does anybody do anything because it's nice? Just a couple days after I have police telling me I could be arrested for a note falling on the floor, I get hit, sideswiped in so hard that my car rocks. It looked like my mirror was knocked off. It ended up not being, but it looked like it had been taken off. And the guy ends up, rolls down his window and says, "Please." And I felt bad for him. And as soon as he saw me hesitate, he took off. And so that, I didn't even get a chance to see what damage was done. I just got in my car and went after him. It's a couple years ago. And I called 911, and long story short, when the cop got there, you could smell alcohol in the guy's breath, no less. And he was a total jerk to me, too, when I got there. And people came out of their houses, blah, blah, blah. And the cop said, "Why don't we just forget about it?" And everybody afterwards said that they do that because the paperwork is so enormous. Is that true? Or is that because these people work for a couple of guys that get cheap labor, and that's their operation, run amok, and it affects everybody? The complication isn't red or blue. It's so, interwoven problems from all different angles, and I believe to get at it, first step is the hypocrisy. Because like I said, just a couple days before that, I'm threatened. So yeah, we need more police officers to put someone in jail for a note that says, "Dear students of Christ the King." But a couple days later, and the worst part is, after the guy got let go, I went back to the yoga studio, and I had some stuff in the car that I was bringing in, and there was a restaurant next door, and the guy drives down a white van. I still have all this stuff. The guy drives right behind me, gives me like a smirk, said something obnoxious in Spanish, and it was like, what? On top of that, he's like then insulting me, like smiling. So that's why I knew it was bigger than just like some human being giving another human being a break. And because that's my nature to try to be that way, or it used to be more, that used to be how it was, or I still kind of am, people take advantage of that and laugh at you for it, which is amazing to me. So, and the fact that everybody said they've had experiences like that, it's an invasion. And it's not a question of skin color or xenophobia. It's a question of too many freaking people and a lot of angry people who, see people with a lot, and that's why there'll be more break-ins, that's why there'll be more stabbings, that's why there'll be more violence in general, and then you pretend, like, what happened to the Enron papers?